Shockingly enough, it is Monday again. It's like every day is exactly the same. Today is February 24th. Greetings to everybody. Welcome to another edition of RadioGunk, where I am joined by my friend Dennis, that you see here.
I'm over
and
here.
Also Mr. Judy Tenuta, which you see right below us.
Hello.
I think Xavier's coming on. I don't know when, but if he comes, he comes. If he doesn't, he doesn't. That's okay.
Mo, are you saying that Wednesday to Sunday goes way too fast?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, it does.
The joy I feel when he's off for like a holiday or something like that is almost indescribable, because it's just so beautiful to not think about it. What are you doing? What's going on?
My cat got tangled in my headphones. I'm sorry.
You're like,
almost ripped my ears out of my head.
Yeah, today was insufferable. 2 hours of Andrew Watt.
Yes.
And it was brutal. It was as brutal as you can possibly imagine. I am so sorry that we are less intelligent for now, having listened to. Did it amount to being a 4-hour show today? What was it?
It was 4 hours and 2 minutes.
Yeah, horrible.
Is that a record?
No, it's nowhere near a record. It's the longest show he's done in about a year, though.
I was gonna say for this calendar year for sure.
No, like in the last 365 days. I don't remember him going 4 hours for the last.
I can't remember. I think when he had somebody in, maybe let me go with Cher or somebody like that.
Cher had to leave early.
No, not Cher then.
But while you think about that, I want to go back to the post Super Bowl show.
Yeah.
And Mr. Mensa talking about Doritos not being able to afford, the spot during the Super Bowl, and that they were saving costs by having a contest for their product.
Doritos, wondering how is Doritos even a thing? Because
how are they even able to advertise during the Super Bowl?
Right.
So the Mensa Pelican obviously is so out of touch with reality. Last year I looked it up, and because I saw a documentary last night on Doritos, and it is the most popular chip in the United States by far.
How much do they sell?
All right. They sold, their gross revenues for Doritos was $3.75 billion. Billion with a B.
That's not individual chips.
No, that's money made. Cash.
For basically corn pressed, fried with flavor.
With flavors on them.
The taste was created in a lab, so to make us keep eating it.
Yes, it was actually 100%. And number 2 is Tostitos, also owned by Frito-Lay, Pepsi, and they sold $1.6 billion worth of Tostitos. That's a lot of corn chips, man.
Now, do they also own Fritos?
Yes, Fritos was one of the original brands of Frito-Lay.
Those are good too.
Frito Bandito.
I don't eat that stuff.
Well, you eat them with chili. They're really good.
Nobody should.
They're all not good for you, but I'm just just the Pelican not understanding that I think they had $8 million laying around they could have spent on this. I think they had the cash.
Yeah, I think it was okay. And I think that honestly, I think that they have done the fans make a commercial thing for the Super Bowl. They also actually win money. And it's not like they didn't have to put money into actually making the frigging commercial. Yeah. So it's not like they did it for free and some 2 20-year-old punks like filmed it and recorded it and did everything for it. So yeah, he's an idiot, and we all.
Yeah, I just had to point that out because I literally it's been bothering me. It's just so incredibly stupid and out of touch. It's wonderful.
I do want to make some notes really quickly. I know it's Monday the 24th. Somebody asked in the chat. Of course, I watched the Baldwin show last night. I recorded the Baldwin show, and I've actually pulled clips for it. I will be doing a Patreon on it, maybe tomorrow, Wednesday at the very latest, and hopefully I'll be able to engage some people.
We have a show tomorrow night and Wednesday.
You know what? I can do a live show anytime during the day. It doesn't have to be at 8:15.
Yes, but don't you want people listening? Watching? What? Don't you want people watching?
Watching what?
You do a Patreon.
Yeah, I know, but they're not mutually exclusive because
you can watch
the Patreon anytime after I'm done with it. Doesn't even have to be live. Actually, I could just record
You
something
could record it, yes.
on Patreon and leave it there. But I have
Yes.
to tell you, I really enjoyed it in a horrible accident kind of way. I mean, just Alec Baldwin is absolutely a defeated, shuffling, bags under his eyes man. Ilaria is just a fucking fidget anorexic with her tits are literally like her tits sit here. Like in every picture, I of course
That's impossible. They don't belong there.
I did some
Especially she popped out, what, 8 kids?
well, that's debatable. That's debatable because a lot of the talk
Ah.
basically is that a lot of those kids were done by surrogate or kind of not hers. So that's always been the topic of conversation. If you were, you would know this. Okay, that's all.
I try not to. I already hurt my head enough.
Mo, can you tell what state they're in or city or anything like that?
Yeah. I mean, it's filmed at their apartment in the city, and then at some point later on, whilst they're filming, they go to the Hamptons. But I just want, just for the sake of this show, look at these titties.
So as Benjamin says, hilarious Baldwin has a glass breast.
Look at the titties. Look where they.
You sure those tits aren't being held up with like all sorts of supports, like structural reinforcements to pull them back like that?
It's almost obscene, but you know what? You're a mother of 7 children.
Those things should be down by your navel.
Exactly. If they were real, but I think she just got her titties done again, maybe in the last, I don't know, year or so. So her whole big thing is just showing this shit off. And so,
well, I mean, you pay for it, you might as well show it.
Yeah. So I have lots of screen caps. I have some judiciously cut video clips from the show. So hopefully that'll be enough for me to not get in trouble for it. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to portray this, and it will be on Patreon. I don't know when, tomorrow or the next day, maybe tomorrow, because I already done with the cuts and everything. So I'm good to go. All right. So let's talk about the show. Let's talk about Andrew Watt. Do you know anything about him?
No. I literally no. I still know nothing about him. It's fine.
Agreed. So it's pretty funny that unique guy. Let me see what they're saying. Pella made a video of Howard mad at his show is being replaced by Call Me Daddy show. Any info? Well, he talks about that today.
He does.
They talk about the Call Your Daddy show and how that it could quite possibly be a replacement. I realized that Unique did a quick hit on it, but yeah, we'll dig into it.
How you say big knockers?
How you say cucumber. So yeah, let's talk about that. So Andrew Watt, the funny thing about him, well, there's nothing funny about him.
There's nothing funny about him or interesting. Actually.
He's really not interesting. I'm actually shocked that he got to whatever he is to where he is at.
Well, maybe he's like an idiot savant that like you put him in the studio and he just kind of like puts things together and it sounds nice, but he has the personality of a wet rag.
Yeah,
he really is a dull individual.
So let's
but he latched himself on to up and comers,
he is smart. Poser. He is a poser's poser.
Yes.
And shockingly got to wherever he is, which I don't even know where that is, because let's be honest, a lot of the people that he's worked with in their later terms of their lives. Rolling
except for the broad that did the Senorita song.
No. He's definitely worked. He worked with Bieber and he worked with Post Malone when he was like really early on, and
Miley Cyrus.
Blah blah blah.
5 seconds to summer.
Oh, well, they lasted 5 seconds.
Yeah.
That. So let's do the start of the show. He starts talking about it, introduces it, and we'll go from there. Here we go. At some point in the near future, like now.
You should cover that, Robin. Call me Senorita. Call me Senorita, and then I could dance sexy with you in the video.
No.
Coming at you, WNBC Rob Zombie. Here you go. Yeah. 7 a.m. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Hey.
I have to tell you, I hate Howard so much. I get physically ill when I hear
That,
the opening
yeah,
show.
it actually makes my stomach kind of turn.
Ah,
It really does.
Shane, thank you so much. Grillo has a book coming out soon. Will you have him on? Yes, I will. Actually, I'm talking to him about doing the show and maybe tying it in with him and Tim Sabian at the same time, so they can kind of talk about like fun stuff that's happened in the past. So yeah, I've read the book. I've been involved in it from the beginning. So
why haven't I got a copy of this book yet?
Oh, I can certainly send it to you.
Okay.
But he would send it to me in piecemeal. Here's chapter 1, and then a month later, here's chapter 2, and then
Because I want to read it in Grillo's voice.
Well, when he does his book on tape, it does his audiobook, it'll probably be like the best thing he's ever done.
Mo, were you critiquing it and giving him notes?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's actually really good. He has a lot of great stories. The one thing about Grillo, I love him or hate him, he has really great stories, and he is 5 degrees of separation from pretty much everybody. I always used to pride myself on never forgetting a face. He could walk past somebody and say, "Hey, weren't you on, Blue Bloods season 2, episode 7? Isn't your name Frank?" And the guy would be like, "Oh my God, yeah, hey, girl."
He has that great ability.
He's like that, and it's scary.
But hopefully that rollerblade story is not in there. I still remember that. That was a little.
Oh, you know what? I don't know rollerblade stories in there.
It was early on when I was doing. He was on and he told this rollerblade story.
Yes, but I don't remember if that's in the book.
I hope it isn't.
I finished reading the book. I read most of it. I read, he has great Tupac Shakur story.
Oh my God!
Yeah, crazy stories. He has crazy.
Those got to be good.
So yeah, okay. So let's continue on. Sorry.
Yes.
Whack, 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 whack. Oh, yeah. Well, good morning, everybody. I was up pretty late. I was watching the Screen Actor Guild Awards show.
Right.
Sure.
A lot of celebrities. Was watching that. It was a big TV day for me yesterday. I was watching also a movie called The Gorge. Did you happen to watch this? The Gorge
commercial?
No, I think that's with Miles Teller. Is that his name?
Miles.
How does she fucking
world would you know The Gorge and or Miles Teller? In what world? In what world?
I hate when they did this twice today where they just dropped the commercial into the show, and I mean this is as subtle as a sledgehammer. It really is, especially when Blobbin goes up and says the name of the guy. Like, really?
Does Blobbin think she's tricking anyone?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Now,
I believe
the
that.
Critical Drinker reviewed this, and I just read the headline and it said, "What the hell did I watch?" That's how bad this is.
So here's the stupid thing about it, and I didn't record it, but the stupidest thing about it is, I was like, okay, so obviously whatever this is that let me just finish the clip. I'm sorry.
Teller and that hot chick who was in that chess movie, whose name I don't know.
Gambit. Yes, and I can't remember her name. Yeah.
Okay. So you don't remember Anya Taylor-Joy, but you certainly remember Miles Teller. So anyway, he's talking about this show or this movie. And basically it says the world's most dangerous secret lies between the Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy star in The Gorge, now streaming on Apple TV+. So it's basically about these people that have to guard one side of the gorge and the other side of the gorge. Here, 2 highly trained operatives are appointed as posts and guard towers on opposite sides of a vast and highly classified gorge, protecting the world from mysterious evil that lurks within. They work together to keep the secret in the gorge. So you're like, okay, I don't know what that's about. But he's like, it's the best. It's got mystery. It's got thrills. It's got monsters. And it's like, oh, okay. So you basically told us there's a fucking monster living in the gorge, and they basically have to save humanity.
What a shitty commercial he did for them.
Shitty.
I mean, that's really a bad. You don't give away the entire plot to the show. Now I don't even need to see it. I'll just watch. I'll watch the Critical Drinkers review, and I'll be done.
Yes.
And it's Amazon's fault for doing that. Stop
Yes.
hiring him.
It's Apple.
Yes.
It's Apple Plus.
Or Apple.
Well,
I
they
just said
also
Amazon.
their conjunction. Yeah, I think they both.
It's
I think they
Apple's
both
fault.
worked on this.
But how is it that this is what you're talking about?
First thing.
Literally 1 minute into the show, because obviously Miles Teller, like anybody gives a rat's ass about Miles Teller. But okay, sure. So yeah,
It just keeps reminding me when he used to go, my Dunkin' Donuts, yum, I love it. Like it's just so freaking apparent.
yeah, it's pathetic, is what it is.
It's completely pathetic.
So non-transparent at this point. It's actually kind of shocking. So he was busy this weekend. Of course, the weekend is always, too short as
The 4.5 days.
Yes. So, but he was busy checking with the grandkids. So let's listen to that a little bit.
Yeah, big day. I don't know. The weekend went so fast.
Your weekend went so fast. You literally left 10 a.m. on Wednesday and didn't come back till 7:04 on Monday. So yeah, I'm sure that just like zoomed on by, especially down in Florida.
Well, he did on Zoom.
Zoom pa.
And is he checking in on all my grandchildren?
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, I'm
now
Checking in on all the grandchildren. So one is not even 1 year old, and the other one is not even 3 months old. But I'm sure they're having active conversations with
you have a list, I think,
Yeah.
like of
I do. I have a lot of.
There's 3 of them
I have a lot of cuteness around me. It's really,
around you.
really great. I mean, to be the grandpa, and I know I'm grandpa pretty much. I couldn't come up with a cool name instead of grandpa. I'm not thrilled being grandpa, but that's what I am. I mean, what am I gonna? It's like.
It's so funny. I can't believe they still have this conversation. It's like anybody who's like a grandparent. I think your grandparent name is kind of like an organic thing that
The child does.
That's
when
why
the child decides.
That's why he is always going to be Zoompa.
He will always be Zoompa.
He is Zoompa. They should all just call him Zoompa.
Because I know somebody who insisted on being called
Rick.
Granddude.
Oh, mother of Christ.
Baby, but it actually turns out cute because it was a cute story. But the baby calls him Doo-Doo. So
even better.
But it's organic. It's just one of those things. You decide what you want to be, but the kid basically will call you whatever the fuck they want to. So Doo-Doo it is. Yeah. I mean, so Zoompa, which is stupid, and he discovered that because he's like so brilliant because he put two together and called himself that.
No, the granddaughter called him Zoompa.
No, but he named himself Zoompa.
Oh, no. I remember the story. She called him Zoompa because they were always on Zoom. So she would go to Deborah and go, I'm going to see Zoompa today.
But the baby doesn't know what Zoom is.
Well, she was like 2 years old. Yes, she does.
And he was exhausted.
Quite surprised.
And that's why he's exhausted, because he was on Zoom with the kids.
Continue.
Okay.
What am I gonna? It's like when people chop up vegetables, so the kids won't taste them. If you know what I mean. So they try to hide the
changing
vegetables.
the name would be like stuffing the vegetables in a cupcake.
What?
That actually made me feel dumber. When I heard that the first time, I really felt dumber.
Can't Robin just be quiet for 1 second when it comes to...
She's an expert. She's an expert on this.
Expert in family. What else? Expert.
Of course. She's.
Hey, wait. Autobout has the right answer right here.
Hey, you don't give yourself a nickname. You earn it. That's absolutely
exactly. You earn nicknames. That's why it's Crapplebees. Nicknames are earned.
Exactly. Okay, so they're continuing on, and again, it's very, very random until Andrew Watt comes in. I want to keep saying Wyatt, but I know it's Andrew Watt.
Well, why don't we just call him by his real name?
Okay, we'll get to that. So here's Howard, and I don't even know what the thought process was behind this. Remember, he was talking about his biggest accomplishment was his hair. And he was talking about how he doesn't have gray pubes, and so he's so proud of himself. But anyway, let's go on.
It's kind of cool at my age to have dark pubic hair, except for one streak of gray. I mean, that's my biggest accomplishment in life, having a full head of hair. And I don't know, though. My hair hasn't been so springy lately. Like I said to Beth, do you think what's going on with my hair? She goes, you're getting older and your hair's changing. You know, I go, maybe it's just the way I'm cutting it or something.
What about products? Have you changed products?
No, I'm using a lot of product. I use this one product that's almost like putting glue in your hair. And
I bet it is.
Yeah, I believe it.
It keeps it stuck to your head.
Yeah, thank you for telling us. Okay.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so then
Hello.
during the weekend, Beth went out with her friends, and I'll play the clip, but at the end of it, basically she's going out with her friends, not with Howard. And she's like, oh, but don't worry about it. I set up a play date for you, which makes me believe that she probably went out with Zoss Rapin's wife, Melissa, and a bunch of other girls. And that's why Ross went over to Howard's house. But of course, and Beth didn't show any pictures of her dressed up or anything, which actually surprises me that she
maybe went out to Miami and
Oh, interesting. So why is Zoss Rapin down in Florida? Now that I'm thinking about it,
exactly. So
yeah, that's coming together now, right? Okay.
They had a little party down in Miami.
I'm thinking Hamptons, but in reality, it's Miami.
It's Miami, and I mean, no, it's far away, but still, they took a private car, and who gives a shit when you drive it in the back?
Sure, it's close enough. Here we go.
And then Beth went out to a party Saturday night. I didn't go with her, but she was dressed like she was going on a date.
She was.
So,
but there's no pictures of her on
Ross
Instagram
came over
right
my
now, right?
place and we had
That's
dinner.
why.
And Beth went to a party. She looked good. I was like, wow. I'm sure some guys must have hit on her, but she didn't tell me they did. So I don't know what happened there.
How exciting is this story?
When did Ross get in the inner circle more than Jan Hine, more than Gary?
He always has been.
So cute.
Really?
He's always been there.
Those are all workers. Ross is an
So is Ross. Okay.
No, Ross is an executive.
What was Ross at K-Rock?
An executive.
Mm-hmm.
He was an executive at K-Rock. He was He was music.
I'm sure there was a lot of executives.
Yeah, but he was one that hung out with Howard. He was single when he was there because he got married later. He was single. You know, he always had the hookup with things and going out to the bars and the shows. Yeah. That was all Zoss Rapin. That was all him.
Yes, agreed.
So
yeah. I wonder who she went out with. It
was definitely Melissa and God knows who else.
Friends that are like in the rescue business that are like
bullshit.
They're all socialites and they all like.
Oh, that's true. You're right. You got a point there. There are socialites.
So yeah, all right. I'm gonna have to do a little deep dive on that. So, Puzzle's joining us, everybody.
Yeah, we might as well.
Puzzle cam, everybody. I'm sure she's licking herself. That's usually.
Oh no, she's unconscious.
Her while she's licking herself.
She's unconscious.
A little bit. Can you make her? There you go. A little bright light.
Yeah.
There's the puzzle.
There's the puzzle.
Right. So now he wants to let us know how he met Andrew Watt. And I have comments on the entirety of the Andrew Watt thing. So let's talk about this. Hang on. Let's go.
Anyway, let me see. We'll say hi to a couple of people. Oh, let me just promo something. A friend of mine is coming on the show today. I'm going to have a nice conversation with him. Andrew Watt. And I got to know him a little bit over the summer.
How?
And Bill and Krista introduced me.
Bill and Krista. So
who are these two?
Fuck you that everybody in the world is supposed to know who Bill and Krista are. And
right, please enlighten me.
I'm going to.
You know Bill Lawrence and his wife Krista.
I know Bill Lawrence.
Krista, does she go by Lawrence or Miller?
No,
I don't even know which.
Miller.
Anymore, but Miller.
Well, she did when I saw her.
Yeah, I mean,
when I saw her.
How does Robin know?
How did you see her, Robin? What, on TV?
At some stupid party out in the Hamptons, the 2 times that Howard has invited her out there in the last 5 or 6 years. Krista Miller, she annoys the fuck out of me.
Why is she famous and why do people know her?
Yeah. But anyway, he came over and I was talking with him. He's a real interesting dude.
No, he's not.
No.
And he is a musician who became a music producer, and now he's worked with everybody. In fact, I'll tell you where I first started hearing from him. We had Post Malone on the show. Post Malone was doing a cover of a Nirvana song, and Andrew Watts sat in with him and played guitar for him, and here was Post Malone talking about it.
This is Andrew.
We don't care. So let me tell you about Kristen Miller. Okay, she's on a show that I watch called Shrinking. Also, conveniently enough, and amazing as it sounds,
It's about cold pool water.
Is it with Harrison Ford?
And it's with Harrison Ford, and it's about these shrinks. And so Kristen Miller's the next door neighbor. And now Kristen Miller is at a point where she has gotten so much fucking plastic surgery that she legitimately can't even speak. Like, I have to put on closed caption when she's on because she bothers me so much. So here she is. Here's what she used to look like.
Well, she used to be cute.
Yeah.
Holy Jesus, what happened? She looks like a ventriloquist doll.
Yes, and that's how she sounds on the show as well.
Wow. Age gracefully, honey. Age gracefully. A little late now.
It's really brutal. And so she is so Botoxed and cheeks and face. I mean, everything about her is completely plastic. So she used to be in Scrubs, which her husband also produced and directed. She's in the Drew Carey Show, which her husband also produced and directed. And now, shockingly enough, she's in Shrinking. So she has pretty much done everything that her husband.
I love that nepotism.
Yeah, I know.
It always works great.
Right. So that's what she used to look like.
So he's the one I can blame for destroying Scrubs. That was actually good the first season and then became an unbearable piece of shit as it went on.
Sure, let's go with it. So yeah, that's
wow. Look at, I mean, that she looks like a Charlie McCarthy doll. I mean, seriously, you just feel like you want to put her on. Oh my God, you want to put her on your knee and just stick your hand up her ass so you can make her talk.
Look at how fluffy she is. Look at her face. Look at how distorted and fluffy she is. That's her husband. Oh, and her husband is the co-creator of Ted Lasso as well. Look, you can even see like her titty job.
That's a bad titty job. Jesus.
Yep. Titty job. So yeah, now she thinks she's like the coolest thing. And yeah, so look at her. She literally is like those Canadian puppets on South Park.
I was just thinking the same thing from South Park.
Mo, she was just wearing an Iggy Pop shirt. Andrew Watt did an Iggy Pop album a couple of years ago.
There you go. Now, as a wow, look at this part of information. Andrew Watt happens to date Krista Miller's daughter. So let's go.
And that dude's daughter too, or that's a second husband or something.
Let's go to this. No. That's
okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow, he's a little fidget too.
He's about 3 feet tall, and
Jesus.
Yeah, that's his. Now, I want you to also know that Andrew Watt has also had what we can call a glow up. Okay, this is going to shock you all, and you're going to be shocked and amazed at this. Right. And if Howard brings it up, then you know he's watching this fucking show. But look at him and tell me he doesn't look like fucking Howard. This is only like 5 or 6 years ago.
Oh, and yeah, absolutely. Well, you know.
That looks like Arm pretending he's Howard as Arm. That's who that looks like. It actually looks like fucking Arm. That's who that John looks like this. It's crazy. But yeah, this is Andrew fucking Watt, who looks exactly like Howard kind of wannabe. And here he is with Rita Ora. And again, glow up. Look what's going on here. This is what he looked like. Okay.
I like the man bun. That's real great there.
That's what he looked like. And yeah, this is who this guy was. Just like some weirdo, nebbishy, very, very Jewish looking.
Very nebbishy.
Very nebbishy.
Like, very nebbishy.
He started looking like Benny Blanco or whatever, and now he's like, different. Now he's like, I don't know.
You know, it was like Geddy Lee, but chubby.
Yes, I like
A
that.
chubby Geddy Lee.
That's great. Yeah. So,
Oy vey.
ay, 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 ay. So
Oy.
that's what the dude looked like. That's what the dude looked like. And the fact that that's what he looks like now is kind of like,
You know, Jesus.
yeah.
Oh,
That. Everybody wears the titty dresses now. Look.
I
He's
see.
so tiny. He's so cute.
Well, he's a good dancing height, I guess.
He's like fun sized. He's fun sized.
I mean, he's oh my God, he has heels on and he's standing on his tippy toes.
I guess he's lifting. He's doing the lift on
Holy crap! He is an absolute fidget. Oh my God!
little fidge. I'm a little teapot.
Wow.
Kindle, here is my spout. So yeah. So there, that's a couple. So that's the daughter of the
That
freak.
is a really douchey outfit on him. I mean, that is super douche.
AA height. Yes, that's exactly right. A Down syndrome Jim Norton. Love
Yes. Yes.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. Judy Lee.
But that, I mean, that is like, is he going to get into an IROC with that outfit on? Or, I mean, good God.
Well,
That is a Eugene if I've ever seen one.
Suffice it to say, a glow up has happened there.
Oh, absolutely.
His actual name is Andrew Watman, WOTMAN.
Color me crazy on that. No.
He's 33 years old. So the fact that Howard can talk to a 33-year-old for 34 for 2 hours about his body of work is actually shocking to me.
Yeah, because I brought this up to the intrepid assistant, my daughter.
Yes.
And I said who he talked to for 2 hours. And I said the name, and she looked like, how? How? He hasn't done that much. Exactly.
But what he has done is something.
Doesn't matter.
It's in Howard's radar.
I
Because
understand that, but it's 15 minutes of conversation.
Paul McCartney and Pearl Jam.
Oh my God!
I mean, if Howard asked the right questions, he worked with Elton John and Ozzy Osbourne and Iggy Pop. There's stuff there and Rolling Stones, but he didn't do that, right?
Oh, he did. He beat that to death. He dragged it out like a dog with no legs going up a hill. I mean, it was painful.
But did he talk about what they like in the studio and what kind of people?
Yeah, he dragged every last bit of the wiki out. I mean, it was.
Then it should have been interesting.
No, but it wasn't. Somehow or the other, it was really kind of boring.
Yeah, it was
very boring. Very, very boring.
I don't think we really gained any kind of information from him, but we'll come back to that because we have other stuff. I mean, I guess other stuff happened.
Oh, there's so much. Not really. There's things that happened.
I just can't get over how much he looks like Arm, making believe he's Howard in this picture. But seriously, if you knew Arm and you knew that's exactly what he looks like, I think that's just
swarthy
thing. A little swarthy. All right, let's move on a little bit and let's go to again. He's talking about getting a finger in the behind, up the butt.
Yeah.
And of course, he has a story about that, which I don't know. I think by the time he met Allison, maybe he got banged twice. But sure, let's have revisionist history and make believe.
Yes, and I'll after the thing, I'll come in about the whole finger thing too.
Here we go.
I've never had really crazy sex. Although I told you on the air, there was the girl I was with when I was 18, something like that, 17, 18. And we slept together a couple of times. And she made like great noises in bed. And then she did try to put a finger in my ass while I was banging her, and I freaked out. I mean, maybe I should have gone with it, but it's just something I'm not comfortable with. And I clenched. I almost broke her finger with my massive butt cheeks.
Sure.
I clenched up immediately. I was like, whoa, what's happening here? And in my mind, I should have been a little less uptight. But
yeah, what are you so thinking much for? See what happens.
I was 18, and there was no porn back then.
What do you mean there was no porn back then? What do you mean?
In the early 70s?
What do you mean there was no porn back then? What do you mean? What do you mean?
I've never had, and there was no porn back then. This was like, I don't even know how she learned about this, but Now that there's porn, and I've seen things go down. I mean, I might have been a little less uptight, but
Is this supposed to be interesting, or are we supposed to be Are we supposed to be turned on?
All right. So this is what happened with the show.
Yeah.
He needed to kill an hour and a half, or an hour, or 2 hours, or an hour.
Because Andrew Watt was still sleeping.
Andrew Watt could come in at 9.
Yeah.
So he needed to kill time, and retelling, the fake story over again. Now, the whole point of it that doesn't make any sense. Now, think about your physical body. If he's having sex with her, how is she reaching all the way around his body to put a finger in? Was he dating one of the girls from the circus? I mean,
okay, she could have gorilla arms, and
she would have to be like.
That would be a Herculean task to shove a finger up somebody's ass while they're.
I mean, during the sex act.
Let me think about that for a second.
No, it's not really. No, there's really not a lot of positions where that actually can happen.
I mean, it's not practical.
It's not. I don't.
Is this the girl in his book? He said looked like a mutant or something. I feel like maybe.
No.
I think this is the one. Isn't this the one who used to drive down to Princeton?
Yeah, that whatever that story. So here's the other thing though about the finger thing. So in on the air, and I think in one of his books, he did talk about asking and begging Allison to do it.
Yes, begging.
He begged Allison to do it, to put her finger up his ass. He begged, and she wouldn't do it. Right. So he brought that up in the air, and it's in his book. I forgot which book it's in because why waste the brain cells?
Yeah, because who cares?
So yeah, so he's just full of shit.
Yes. All right. So then, I only threw this in because both of us being Italian, I just was really upset. It's upset me to no end that he has no fucking idea what Bolognese is. And
oh my God, I lost my mind hearing this.
I know. I just had to play it. Here we go.
What's that Italian food?
Bolognese.
Bolognese. That's it. Thank you.
There it is.
Bolognese. Which I love.
There it is.
Which I love. He doesn't eat red meat, but let's continue.
I love it. Spaghetti Bolognese.
No, you don't.
First of all, you don't make it with. You usually don't have it with spaghetti, but that's okay.
Rigatoni, but okay.
It's okay. It's fine. You tagliatelle, but definitely not spaghetti.
But you don't eat meat.
But you don't eat either.
So yummy.
Sinlu, how do you not know I'm Italian?
What does Bolognese mean exactly?
What does Bolognese mean?
Is that the meat sauce Bolognese? Yeah, I guess it's
I forget.
Yeah.
Does he really want another contract? He's trying super hard.
They're not offering him one, so what does it matter?
He's doing nothing. Literally.
You're an audio engineer. I can't.
Okay.
So Bolognese just means it's from Bologna. That's all that really means. This is from Bologna style.
A meat sauce. So
and it's a meat sauce that you use a little cream in there, and it just becomes like the most delicious thing ever.
Everybody knows what.
It's just a phenomenal little dish.
It really is phenomenal.
And Blobbin, I forget that. You're an idiot. It's okay. And that's the fake caller. That guy was on for over 10 minutes.
Yeah, about
and they had two fake callers back to back that were calling from Las Vegas, and it was
5 in the morning. Right.
It was 7:30 in the morning, and East Coast. It was 4:30 in the morning.
Are these Ronnie's next door neighbors or something?
Perhaps. Okay, so this was an interesting clip, and this is what I think Pella was talking about earlier in the chat that Unique had on today. And he was talking about the call her daddy, call me daddy. What the hell is
call someone daddy? It's a stupid name. It's a stupid name.
I think it's her call her daddy or something. I never listened.
Her daddy. Okay, let's not forget that. Call her daddy. So this was a little bit telling, and let's talk about this on the other side of the clip.
Yes.
Well, I was listening to a promo from Sirius, and it was like the Call Me Daddy woman. She now has music channels.
Yeah.
The Call Me Daddy woman.
Daddy woman.
I read an article where they hired her in case I leave, so she can carry the mantle. So that's good. Good for her. I guess we have to have a plan. But the call, I said the same thing. because when Ross was over, I go. He said something about the "Call Me Daddy" lady has
Call me daddy lady. I love that.
music channel. I go, what? What
And
is
it's
that
for
about?
women. Like it's
Yeah.
music women want to listen to. I was like,
I
what?
can't listen to it.
What? Women actually like music that men perhaps wouldn't like? Is that even a thing?
But it's not even what the channel is. It's music that she likes.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
guys may like it. It
Howard-
isn't music men are gonna like.
Howard's never had a music channel. He shouldn't comment. He has no idea.
Hey, they come to him, okay? He doesn't need a music.
They come, yeah. He's
You-
A-list,
him.
not B-list. He's A-list.
There was going to be 103. Yeah. Okay.
Forget that, Judy.
Yeah, so I said, "Oh, what's that about? Like, is she a DJ or does she know something about music?" He goes, "No, it's just what she likes." I go, "Oh, okay, cool."
He has no thoughts on it.
So
No, he's being snarky and an asshole.
So the code, if we decipher the code, basically they hired her to replace him. That's what it all comes down to, because they spent a lot of money on her. I mean, they dropped a massive amount of coin, and he makes no sense anymore because, I mean, this is a guy that didn't even know Doritos were the #1 snack in America. I mean, if you're a pop culture person, that's something you probably should have an idea about.
If you're a human, you know what Bolognese is.
I mean,
what are we
not
talking
knowing
about here?
Bolognese.
What are we talking about here?
Well, you remember he's never been to the supermarket.
No, he's never been to the supermarket. I
No.
love that scene in Comedians in Cars with Coffee when Seinfeld takes him into a supermarket. There's just
It was literally like, it was almost like a man that had been in suspended animation for 1,000 years wakes up and sees society for the first time.
No, yeah.
That's the way he was in the
No,
supermarket.
Seinfeld was trolling him for sure.
Oh God, he hates him.
I know.
This is incorrect. She is only available on the app, right? She isn't on the normal channels, is she? No,
Not
she
yet. No, not yet.
but she has a show that is
Wait, I
simulcast.
Wait a minute. I thought they gave her 2 channels
Yes, they did. So
on the app.
So it's simulcast. She's still on. Her show is still available on YouTube for you to view. I think the day after it airs. I don't think there's that much lag time between.
I can't imagine her stuff is really that time sensitive.
I don't think anything is time sensitive.
Yeah, I don't think it's very time sensitive for some reason.
Nothing Howard does is time sensitive either. So
Well, he does it on purpose, but I mean, her show. I mean, it's pretty just.
Well, I mean, unless a movie is coming out, she gets in stars now. You know what I mean?
She does get. Yeah, she actually does get like people that actually have movies coming out come into her show, unlike Howard, where. When's the last time you had somebody come in before the movie came out that actually the movie wasn't going to be complete
No
disaster?
idea. No
Last
idea.
year, he had 2 people come in. I forgot who it was, but the movie was an absolute train wreck and bomb.
Wow, who was it?
Oh, it was 2 older stars. Oh fuck. The one that
Male,
God,
female?
it was a female. She was married to she married to Jeff Bridges? No. Who the hell was it last year? Somebody help me in the chat because my mind just went blank.
What are we talking about? I wasn't paying attention.
The guest last year, the female guest last year in the
Did
movie.
Demi Moore come in?
No.
Demi Moore came in for that train wreck she was in.
Okay.
More came in when?
Was she in last year?
Or
Howard?
maybe for her book. Maybe
No, she wasn't. Cher was for her awful book.
Demi Moore.
The 2 are interchangeable now.
Demi
I
Moore's-
can't. Emily Blunt came in.
Wow.
And then it was an older actress. I can't remember her name.
Jane Fonda.
This morning's show took everything out of my brain.
Fatty
It
Arbuckle.
really did. Fatty Arbuckle. No, but that's who comes in now. It's older stars that their movies are absolute trash. They're tracking terrible, and this is like a Hail Mary. So
And they're producing at the same time. Yeah.
Either
right.
that or they're direct to streaming. There's that too.
Correct. Yeah,
It's a lot of like the Netflix direct to stream kind of stuff, things like that. It would be amazing if he was even slightly intellectually curious, which he is not, as we all know. You would think that when they had they just had like a huge John Benet Ramsey thing, have the dad on, like have somebody that would actually be of interest to pop culture that isn't a rock star that you're familiar with. Because that's pretty much all he's got going on right now.
not a lot.
Why
And
wouldn't
the
you
thing
have
is,
like, Demi Moore on, or Billy Bob Thornton and Demi Moore from fucking Landman, which is a great show that's on these days? Like, how do you not have these people on? Don't you care about like anything else that's going on in the world, or is it just about your guitar right now?
it's about his Hampton circle, and about trying to weasel his way into the music community. That's all it is at this point.
Hey, so
And you
here's
gotta remember though, a lot of those stars, they may not want to do a Zoom interview.
1,000%. But if you
Yeah.
look at the difference between the dynamic of how she does a show versus him, I'm just like holding on to it so that you can see what it looks like.
Yes.
Just hanging out. So she does things in a couple of different studios. Sometimes she does them in this kind of like library set where they just like hang out on the couch. Sometimes she does it in chairs.
Big
Always
chairs,
different.
little chairs.
Always different. So here, drugs, dog parks, and dick appointments with Chelsea Handler.
Yeah, Couch Sludge hasn't been on in a while.
Yeah. Leah's Love Island Tell-All. Secrets and Scandals with Alex Earl, who's very hot. I Was Blindsided with Rachel Kirkconnell. She's the one who is dating like a bachelor dude. So this is like girl shit. This is girl talk, girl shit. Here's Haley Bieber. They're just hanging out.
You may say that, but at least they're interesting people that are relevant to today.
% Spencer Pratt. Why is he on, you may ask? Who's Heidi Montag's husband? Because they lost everything in the fire in California. And so he got onto TikTok and just kept pushing and pushing and pushing for people to get his wife's new song either like remixed or on air or have people promote it. And he's making tens of thousands of dollars because he's promoting himself in a way he hasn't otherwise done. But that was like a really hot thing literally a month ago. So there he is.
It's a shame. And you know what? Stern was so busy he couldn't be on.
Couldn't be on.
But
he would never be. I mean, this is not what
I know, but the thing is that is still, even though he's not super well known, but it is something that affected a lot of people, and it's a national story. It's still a fascinating talk, but you can't do a 3-hour interview with that guy. It needs to be, a 20-minute in and out.
Plus,
you can't do the Wikipedia.
Plus, those people are from the show The Hills, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's something Howard would probably watch, right? I mean,
he absolutely watched it.
So he knows who they are.
Yeah, but you know what? The Hills was kind of like a show that people in this age group watched, not like 70. But
it's probably right before or after The Bachelor. Come on.
Yeah.
Remember, his TV habits.
Richie. That's like Queen of the 2000s.
His TV habits, though, are still like a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or Beth told him it was cool,
Beth doesn't know what's cool.
Well, you know what's so funny? Think about this. We still have not heard Beth in a very long time.
Yay.
We have not heard Beth since it came down to Florida.
That's true. And you're right.
Very weird.
At least the Call Her Daddy host makes herself available and we'll have interesting conversation, while Stern just wants to talk music and parents. He's not for this generation. No, he is not.
He's not for any generation.
Surprised, hence the reason he had this Andrew Watt dude on, thinking that he's, somebody that's like hip and cool and whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
Hip and cool.
Hip and cool. All right, let's move on. I can't get over this picture. I just need to go back to it.
Please go back to it. Jesus.
Just want to hold that for a moment. Just hold on to that. All right. So then Beth is dead, confirmed by Dennis. So they got to the victory lap for the perv thing. And by the way, all of you know that my perv show was taken down from the YouTube channel last week. But it is available on Rumble and on Twitch. So by all means, go and check it out there. Because
hi, Case and Japlin. Hi.
Yeah, Mo, did they say explicitly why?
They did. Let me see if I still have that. Because of course I completely wasn't paying attention to it. I was like, oh, motherfuck. So YouTube copyright. Let's see. It was because of sexual content. It was actually because of the JD thing that I played.
From hedonism? Are you serious?
Yeah.
I mean,
That was
I wanted to throw up.
That was so, but it was so tame. There are other YouTube channels that have pretty explicit sex talk.
Well, it was blocked too. It was pixelated.
Yeah, I don't even understand that.
But okay.
No, it was Case and Chaplin. You know it was.
Yeah, it was immediately taken down though too.
Yeah,
It was just, the long arm of Yoko.
I don't even remember it saying anything too explicit.
It didn't really. And yes, I could appeal, but I'm always loath to appeal these kind of things. You know,
He was wearing spandex.
I know, but I was a little concerned about it when I played it, but I hate JD so much that I wanted to see him suffer and be uncomfortable, and it made me happy. So it's worth having it taken down to just have the uncomfortableness that was JD and have everybody watch it. But, you know, such is life. I don't care. If I'm losing out on, you know, $3 worth of like advertising, it's not going to make or break us. So it doesn't matter.
Grabbing boobies, really?
Grabbing boobies. Yeah. Grabbing boobies. So
that was messed up. Yeah.
Perfect. So there were letters for Sam, right? Because Sam did such an amazing job at this.
Woo! Victory lap. Woo!
So
Woo!
there is no way these two letters did not come directly from the back office. Listen to them.
They were.
Listen to these letters. Such a crock of shit.
Although we didn't hear who the winner was of the perversion test, it was still a great bit and a great show. Kudos to Sam for another great segment. She should have been in the top 9 last year.
Sincerely, Sam.
Okay.
Kudos. So nobody uses the word kudos. Nobody.
Except Sam. Sam used kudos when she wrote that.
Nobody uses that word. Okay, here's the next one. I love it.
There you go.
No,
Howard, Dr. Frankie is so professional yet entertaining. Sam kept everyone on track and honest. Thank you, Sam.
Who would say that? Thank you, Sam, for keeping everybody on track. In what world would anybody write this letter to anyone? Like, I'm lucky I write if there's a fucking hair in my soup to bitch at the restaurant via.
So, Monique,
I would write this in a.
Mo, it was Sam. I mean, let's be very honest. It was Sam that wrote this for herself.
Yeah, it's crazy.
She's that type of person.
Sincerely, Cubicle 14. Yes. Hold on, I'm just going to move him up here so that puzzle is in the bottom bottom tranche for tonight. Okay, then he starts talking about not Steinbrenner's son. Who's the one who owns the Mets?
No, he was talking. I think he was talking about Hal Steinbrenner.
Oh, it is Hal Steinbrenner.
Yes, it's Hal Steinbrenner.
Okay.
Because this actually is a big deal if you actually are a Yankee fan.
Okay, so we're going to talk about that. Let's talk about the build up to this really quickly. So Hal Steinbrenner is now in control of the Yankees. That is, he obviously took over from his dad, and is a multi-millionaire. But
no, I would say he's in the billionaire territory, multi-billionaire territory.
So apparently what was revealed the other day vis-a-vis a discussion he had with the press is that he is going to be open to people having just a closely shaved beard. So you may not know this about the Yankees, but that has been like a very, very strict thing, almost more than like police used to have to not wear like beards that have tattoos or ponytails or anything like that.
So the first person that broke this, was Thurman Munson.
Really?
Yes. Thurman Munson literally said, if I shave this, I'm leaving. And this is like in 74 or 75. And he was like, they knew he was already the stud. And literally he's like, I'm not shaving my mustache or goatee. Nope, that's staying.
Interesting.
And then then Goose Gossage was allowed to have his mustache. Reggie Jackson definitely said, I'm keeping it.
Well, it's the beards more than anything.
Yeah, but it was Thurman Munson that had the first lower facial hair. Right. But the mustaches were also forbidden before that.
Yeah. Now, Marge Schott does not own the Yankees. Oh,
I wish we were on Patreon.
I know. So basically, he gets into this whole conversation. Oh, I'm sorry. So the Yankees are
Yeah, they're worth a few dollars.
At 7.1 billion.
Billion. And that's just the value. I mean, the revenues every year just from the merchandise is psychotic.
Yeah.
Psychotic.
Yeah, no, of course. So anyway, that's what's happening. So
And I feel like Howard's never been to a Yankee game.
No.
It's too far, and he would be like scared because it's dangerous in the Bronx.
Oh, it's the Bronx.
Only if he's in a box. Only if he's with somebody who's also like a gigantic fan.
Past his bedtime.
But he'd have to be helicoptered into the stadium.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing though is that Steinbrenner bought the team for $10 million from CBS.
Yeah, ridiculous.
It's so psychotic.
But $10 million back then, I mean.
But they also were the laughing stock of the American League when he bought them. So,
but
that's true.
What year was that? Yeah.
You can say laughing stock.
1972.
You can say laughing stock, but the Yankees as a historical,
they were
amazing team, it cannot be denied.
But CBS did such a terrible job managing them because literally in his later years, Mickey Mantle had nobody to help him. And then they tried to have like Bobby Mercer was supposed to be the next Mickey Mantle.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work out. I mean, it was just because he had no team around him. The team was terrible. And so then Steinbrenner bought it, and then the rest is history.
It is indeed history. And so he's kind of jealous of him for some bizarre reason. I'm just laughing at what Benjamin said here. RadioGunk has similar rules. That's why Xavier won't show himself. He has a world record beard and hair like the island. It made me chuckle while you were talking. Sorry about that. Let's see. Canada comes out. I remember my first time at Yankees game. It was like 30 years ago. I couldn't believe what a shithole the neighborhood was before the internet. $20 for third base, 10 rows up. That's a bargain now. You can't get anything.
You can't get into the stadium for $20.
Exactly. Good luck with that. Okay, so let's talk about his jealousy of the Steinbrenner family. Here we go.
And I have a problem with anybody who inherits anything because I'm jealous. And I always was like, I used to say to Robin, why couldn't my father make a decent fucking living and leave me a dime or something? It was all grief he gave me. You would have thought he was like a mogul.
He must have been very busy because he was so upset.
What are you shoving your
anxious
two
and
cents in
tired
for,
when he
Robin?
got
Shut the
home.
fuck up.
Wow.
I remember when I tried to buy my first house.
Oh, listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to the shocking entitlement that he thinks.
Wait. Well, let's go on the other side. I have very strong thoughts on this.
20 seconds. Hang on.
I was working at NBC and I didn't have enough money to make a down payment. And all these kids on Long Island have fathers who would just buy the house for them. And I'd be like, fuck. My father, for all the grief he gave me about how I'll never be able to make a living, he didn't make a great living.
What an absolute fucking asshole. Okay, so Howard, you were making 6 digits. Was he making like 200,000 at Washington?
Yes.
All right. He came to WAMBC and they were paying him what, $500,000 a year?
Sure.
And houses back then, even on Long Island, a nice house was what, 80,000, 100,000 at most?
Let's go with 200,000.
And by the way, many kids have to pay their own college. Like,
Right. He didn't pay for his college, didn't pay for his cars, didn't pay
he's
for anything.
already ahead. I don't get it.
So he had more than a down payment. He paid cash for his house. What the fuck is he talking about? I mean, come on. His father told him never to have a mortgage on a house because Ben never had a mortgage on a house. Ben paid cash. Ben always paid cash. And the bullshit, the Whig visionist history on this is insane. I mean, he was already a 1%er by the time he was at WNBC.
Mo, is there any way you could get Allison an interviewed or refute this?
Can you imagine?
I'd love it, but I think she probably has legal documents that forbid discussion.
Wait, it gets even worse. Here we go.
I
was just shocked that he would say something like this. I mean, it's just worse than that one.
The thing that drives me crazy about rich kids, they end up going to the best schools and they learn a lot of big words and they get the best education. Then they just go work for their fathers anyway. They should just skip all the schooling and give me a chance to get some education.
He's talking about somebody,
Wait.
Talk about Hal Steinbrenner, but here's the thing.
10 seconds.
He went to Boston.
Hang
He went
on.
to-
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Oh,
Hang on.
okay. I thought you
Well,
stopped
I-
us for us to talk.
Just hang
Because
on.
I should just skip all the schooling and give me a chance to get some education instead of the shithole I went to. Because I needed to work. I needed an education.
Yeah,
You have
they
a
were
rich father?
clogging up all those good schools.
BU is not a shithole.
If you have a rich father, you shouldn't even be allowed to go to school.
Dude, BU is not a shithole.
He went to the most
In
expensive
World is BU a shithole school?
one of the most expensive schools in the United
And
States in
top school.
1972.
It's a top school.
And he went there for 13th grade.
If he said
Ben paid for 13th grade.
if he said he went to Nassau Community College, then I'd believe him.
Exactly.
You
If he went to Full Sail, I'd listen to him.
to be fucking
That's
you.
if he went to fucking BU. The balls on you. The
And he had no student loans. Ben paid for it. 100%. Ben paid for it.
balls on you. The
Tones on this guy are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay. He went to 13th grade at BU, continuing program.
But then he went into the actual
applied
college.
into the actual college. So,
But
yeah,
even 13th grade was expensive
yes, of
because
course.
it was at BU.
And a lot of kids don't even get to go to college. He's lucky.
Jesus Christ.
It's just so insane. It's just so stupid.
It actually made my head spin this morning because I'm like, it's the first house thing, which is like, that's utter and absolute bullshit.
I know.
You were super wealthy by the time you were by WNBC. You were already wealthy. You had no kids yet. You literally were living in apartments in Washington. You lived in an apartment. You didn't even have a house. You didn't spend any money on anything.
No.
And then literally you're going to cry poor that you didn't have money for a down payment. No, you had money to buy the house. Lock, stock, and barrel.
Didn't you guys say he was already a millionaire by the early 80s or mid 80s?
Oh, yeah, right after he went to K-Rock, he was a multimillionaire.
Oh, as soon as he went to K-Rock, he was.
Yeah,
What
they
year
threw everything at him.
What year was K-Rock? Let's see.
1985.
He has no idea what being poor is like.
No. He hasn't flown commercial probably since
We're talking
since
about
K-Rock.
we're talking about Long Island.
Let's see. Let me see.
I think it was 1985.
1985.
I was
20
right.
years at XRK. 1985. And then when he went to Sirius, 2004. Blah 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 blah. Okay, I can't believe it.
And he was probably doing a great salary before in 1985.
Oh yeah, they were paying him $500,000 a year.
I mean, he probably made shitty money first 2 jobs out of school because that's just
Who doesn't? Yeah.
exactly who doesn't. But
And
yeah,
that was mid 70s, right?
and paid for him to get his. He had to go to like a special license school to
Yes.
get his like.
FCC license. Not only did Ben pay for it, Ben drove him down to Virginia where the testing was. He got the hotel for them, and then he drove Junior back.
Yeah, imagine.
Fucking little baby. I mean, he was already in his early 20s, and he had to be driven by daddy down to Virginia. and back.
We remember when Ben used to go on the show, and it was like he was endearing to him. Like it was a normal conversation. Like you would think this guy's a demon from hell he hasn't spoken to, in 50 years or 60 years.
Exactly.
And
Make
to
this
berate,
analogy. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
and to berate Ben, who retired at 56 years old. He retired, and it wasn't because of Howard. He retired because he sold his business.
Because he can.
Because he could. He sold his business, and they were retired. They were happy.
Can I say most of Howard's staff has never even heard Ben's voice? That's crazy.
Oh shit, that's right.
Wait, let's think about that for a second. What?
Most of that staff hasn't heard Ben live.
Has even Jason or Will?
No,
Probably.
Jason and Will, they've been long enough. Yes.
And they're old timers now for sure.
Oh, yes, they are. 20 years.
So who after that? Nobody.
I don't know. I don't know when the last time Ben was on as a live entity. I'd like to look into that.
Maybe not even Jan Hine heard him.
I'm not sure that we can remember that off the top of our
Like
head.
at work. Yeah.
it had to be.
It had to be a Howard TV thing.
It was like before 2010.
Ray was on COVID. I have trouble, but she's been on 8 years ago, maybe. I don't know, 5 to 8 years ago.
I don't know. All right, so then he makes this analogy, and again, he's still talking about baseball with the beards and the Yankees allowing people to now have beards. So this weird analogy.
I guess this is the closest thing in modern day to running a plantation, having slaves. Here's what my slaves can do. You will be allowed to have a beard. By the way, if any of you get a tattoo, I'm going to have a stroke. So that's Massa says no.
What?
That analogy is made by someone with an IQ below 70.
Baseball's America's game. It's been
No. It's even worse than that. This is in any corporation. They have rules for your appearance. Any major corporation will have a rule for your appearance. It isn't just baseball, right, Mo? When you worked, they had rules.
Casual Friday just became a thing in the 2000s.
Right.
So it's not like
they had rules.
rules.
The thing is, these are multimillionaires being paid by billionaires. This ain't no slavery. These people are the people that are playing are very rich.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no people on welfare playing baseball. All right. So this analogy is as dumb as humanly possible. Only somebody with a 69 IQ could come up with this idea.
And it's baseball's tradition, and they think about the past. Unlike Howard, he erases the past. You know,
He runs away from it.
He runs away from it, is right.
He runs away from it as fast as he can.
So then we get this weird phone call from Andrew Watman's teacher, calls in to let us know that Andrew was such a brilliant and talented guitar player that she didn't even teach class when Andrew would come to class sometimes. She would just let him play guitar because it was so much more interesting than learning English. And I'm like, what the fuck am I listening to right now? What exactly is going on? And I get it. I get that sometimes if you're like the big sports star in high school or, whatever it is, you kind of get a pass sometimes with some things.
But looking at this guy, he ain't the big man on campus.
Not the big man, not the BMOC. You're exactly right.
And the phone call was really farcical. I mean, it was so strange and weird, and her voice sounded. I know he's only 34, but her voice sounded too young to be his teacher. Like, you know what I mean? It's like she had like a really young voice.
Well, let's listen to it and we'll talk about it on the backside. Here we go. Hang on.
Hey. Hi there.
Hi there. I mean,
but don't forget, Andrew Watt's only 33.
I understand that, but maybe she's in her 40s.
Conceivably be, a 25-year-old teacher, and she could be like 45 right now, and it's okay. I mean, think about it.
Yeah, but she doesn't sound 45.
70-year-old.
I understand it.
And
only 33.
If he's a virtuoso, great. I mean, it sounds like his grandmother called to like compliment him.
Totally. Listen to the call. Here we go.
Hi there.
Hi there. Yeah, Andrew Watt was my student when he was in high school.
She's
really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I hear
Yeah.
it.
In Great Neck?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. In Great Neck North.
Yeah.
So, to tell you a little bit, class couldn't start unless Andrew played because the kids liked him so much. So he would play and he'd have to sing at the beginning of class. And then sometimes we never had class because Andrew was the class.
That's interesting.
What subject was this?
Math.
No, English.
So then she continues to let us know that Andrew used to be called down to the principal's office so that he could jam with the principal instead of going to class. It's like, are we taking crazy pills right now? Like, is this?
This is completely farcical.
Well, but he agreed with it. I mean, they talked about it on air, and
Yeah, but he's also
with the principal.
You got to also kind of judge the subject matter and the subject that's talking about it. I mean, he's full of shit,
right,
too.
and then of course Howard has to use that conversation as a discussion for why didn't he have that kind of high school experience like all these kids that he's so jealous of were able to get.
You imagine, like when I hear my wife talk, my wife started modeling at 9, so like of course she was really good looking and everything, and she would tell me stories of like the principal would come over to her house to check on her. Like
Uh-huh.
Not that there was anything going on, but it was like everyone knew who she was, and it's like Andrew Watt could
She's 9 years old. Everybody knew who she was.
All right, so
an excellent musician when he was in high school. So like suddenly, like, yeah, I'm down in the principal's office jamming. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck must that be? Like, high school was horrible. I can't imagine having an experience where you go, yeah, high school's great. I used to jam with the principal.
I get up and I love going to school.
Yeah.
Yes, Dennis.
all right, so my thing is first of all we'll address the beefest thing first. Okay, where are the pictures? You're doing modeling, you're doing childhood modeling. All right, there should be pictures and something like showing all you doing all this modeling, because right, there should be pictures. We still haven't found those pictures either, or the European pictures. They're all missing.
Somebody on Reddit did like a timeline of what's really exists for Beth, and there's barely anything.
Right. So the other thing is that
oh, hello. Okay.
She got her Polish nose there.
There was like a whole listing. Maybe this was it. I don't know.
Do you remember the classic video? Oh man, I think I have that downloaded somewhere. I do.
Yes. Beefus hosting the thing at the school.
Here we are in school with all our computers and our all our good stuff.
The same move it had in that MasterCard commercial with the arm.
Hi. Exactly. But okay, so yeah. So big deal. She was a child model, local model.
Local.
And I get it. I mean, I get the being able to kind of do stuff when you're in high school is always a cool thing. I'm not going to lie, the people who know certainly my stories of high school where, I was not an excellent student and I wasn't in like the great crowds or anything, but I was the intern for the dean of the school, who was also the basketball coach. And so I used to hang out in his office doing menial task work, at least 2 or 3 periods a day, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I would just go go to a class and tell them that the dean needed to see whomever. And my friends would just come and hang out with me. And that's how we kind of rolled. That's what got me through. That's what skated me through high school, because he liked me. And that was that. And so shit happens sometimes where you get in with somebody good, but by no stretch of the imagination does that lead to anything ever.
The more you leave that picture up, that friggin' that wandering eye is really, really freaking me out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like looking in 2 different directions at this point.
Yeah, I wish there were other pictures. I was trying to kind of do a little dive here and see Beth Ostrowski child model. Let me see what
child
Google
model.
It goes straight to the FHM cover.
Exactly. Let me see images. Yeah, this is exactly what it goes to. Hang on.
With the wonky tits.
It goes to nothing. Honestly, just there's no history for her.
Right teenager or something.
Then
it'll be Ashley's in the picture.
No, we love the comp card. That's always phenomenal.
Jesus. They're trying a look. They're trying.
I have
$129.99. Are you high, dude?
Yeah, really.
Dude, this is a penny store model.
Yeah, there's nothing.
It's like there's no history of it modeling before it met Howard. It's so strange.
I know we've talked about this, but I am positive. I am telling you, I am positive that when they first started dating each other, there was a multitude of pictures of her online when she used to do a lot of bridal modeling. And so there was a bunch of pictures of her as a bride model. And it was like from 1 or 2 companies, and that was it. But that all got taken down, all of it, which is
shocking.
Kind of shocking. Howard Stern's daughters, meet his 3 kids. Yes.
I like that. That's not the 3 kids.
No, that's her with one.
Beefus. There's Emily.
See, Emily was cute ish. She was. Now she just has gone horribly wrong. Look at this picture. This makes me laugh every time. It's not even Howard.
That's not even Howard.
No.
And that's not even Deborah.
No, of course not, because it's not even Howard.
One of them.
Oh, that's so fucking funny. And then, of course, little Ashley Jade.
Ashley Jade.
Yeah. Who had cankles at the time, but she lost a shit ton of weight. So there's that. All right, let's move on.
Yes, let's move
That's
on.
way too much. All right. Next clip. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. And then Andrew Watt comes in, and I don't really even have anything. So all I have is like stuff that kind of went on towards the end of the show. So let us go to the Twitter machine, and we can see what Andrew Watt looks like today, and what things that they picked out that they thought would be. Andrew Watt shows Howard the guitar riff that helped inspire Eddie Vedder to write the Pearl Jam song "Waiting for Stevie." All right, here we go.
You were working with Eddie Vedder with Pearl Jam. And I said to you, I love the riff in Waiting for Stevie. And you said, oh, I brought that to the guys.
I think it was like...
A forgettable.
And he was like, did I show you that? Is that something that I... And I was like, I don't think so. He's like, I have that exact like riff. And then he just played pretty much the exact same thing. He's like, I've had this riff that I forgot about that I've had since like for a while, for like albums back. He might have said since like No Code or something, like just this kind of meditative riff. And so our riffs just fit like that, like together. So we were playing this thing, and then it just kind of had this form of a thing. And then when we ended up working with the guys, it was one of the things we showed to them. And then Jeff,
Jesus Christ, please stop it.
Reharmonizing.
This is a Pearl Jam album that's failed. It was an absolute bomb. It's enough. It's enough.
And of course, he's another one of those guys who said, "No, I've never taken a lesson. It just came to me," and it's blah, 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 blah. That's, you know, and he's so
dressed like an utter giant douche.
Absolutely, he would.
Giant
What
douche.
was the story where you got to have tea with Paul McCartney, and then you started writing songs with him?
So I just got a text. Paul wants to come over for tea
To your
So I'm
house?
like, yeah. So I'm like, Paul McCartney's coming to my house. So I'm like tripping out before he comes. It's the one time I was like, okay, I need you to slap me in the face as hard as you
The
can.
camera shit is killing me.
You nervous, right?
There's gonna be a beetle in my kitchen.
Right.
How is that something that you can fathom? So we started having, deep conversations about stuff, and we started talking about Blackbird because.
So I'm sorry I said about the glow up, because he's still deep down inside is still that ugly kid. Okay.
That is like, it's one of my favorite.
It always fights its way through.
And it's very interesting to play. It's got like a
meat
very
sweats.
particular.
That cramp shirt, so phony.
Everything about him is phony.
And you were asking, he wears pajamas on stage, just to let you know.
Oh no, he does not.
Oh, what a douche. I mean, he really should be driving a Camaro. I mean, he does need to be driving a Camaro. He's so douchey.
I kind of have it, like how to play it. So I was like asking
That's
him
a
if
brand new jacket too.
Showing me stuff, and he was like, the most important part of that song is that
With the pins, that's so cute.
Yeah, I was gonna say the pins are like perfectly placed.
Was it worth a Bennigan?
Such
I mean,
a
come
loser.
on.
Like my flare,
You got flair. Is you got flair?
A stylist definitely,
Oh, yeah, a Ralph Jr.
Yeah, definitely. He didn't come up with that himself. No way.
Would you like to try the margarita?
and I'm like, I thought that's a metronome. He's like, we didn't have metronomes. He's like, that's my foot tapping. So they actually have his foot mic'd in.
So in the 1960s, there were no metronomes.
No,
what
what we're talking about is that the Beatles.
I know the sound of the Blackbird, the
Right.
song that's 100 years old now.
Exactly. And Howard didn't know that, so it sounded amazing to him. But yeah, okay, so that's all you get from it. So now you know the context. This is how the entirety of the interview went.
It was terrible.
It went.
And that's what they put out there to try to sell the Howard Stern show.
Yes. So do you have anything, Mr. Judy, to add in terms of the Andrew Watt thing? Like what is your take on him?
No, I listened to a bunch of albums this morning, And I actually like his Post Malone album. It wasn't terrible.
So what did he do for Post Malone?
Was it terrible?
I feel like he produced it.
Which one?
It's called Austin.
Okay.
But like the Justin Bieber is unlistenable. Miley Cyrus unlistenable. You know, he worked with Iggy and Ozzy and Elton John is the most terrible album I've ever heard.
Oh, and that combination with Britney Spears is horrific.
Oh, that was
And
that's
he
part
did
of
work on that Pearl Jam album, that one that bombed, that no one.
It's like these dinosaurs are trying to work with him, but he really is supposed to be working with young people. He overproduces, auto-tune, all that, and it's just not working for older people.
Yeah, agreed. And then so Howard asked a question about how do you double up Ozzy Osbourne's voice, and he's like, does he sing it twice and then you put it back to? He's like, no, that's not how you double your voice.
But actually, even his explanation is absolutely moronic.
I know.
That's all. It's run through the process, and they just double his voice.
Yes.
It isn't that he sings a second track.
Yes.
They just take the track and they move it to give it some more depth.
And like you know, Ozzy, it's like he's a multimillionaire now, and it's like to try to make him look like he's up from the wrong side of the tracks, or you know, goth or whatever. It's just such phoniness.
Okay, anybody who knows Great Neck knows that there's Great Neck North and Great Neck South in terms of the high schools.
And he was from North.
North. You and all your buddies lived in really, really, really big homes, and if you went to Great Neck South, you were the other side of the fucking tracks, and nobody talked to anybody from Great Neck South. That's just the way it was. That's just the way it is.
And his daddy owned a auto parts distribution thing, so
is that what it was?
Imagine they made a few dollars because that's a big business.
Tis
doing auto parts distribution. Yeah, I think you lived in Great Neck North, and I bet you had everything you ever wanted.
Oh my God, more and more.
Yep,
and
just
more.
like Howard. They're so similar. It's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
Except one can play guitar, one can't.
Well, there's that.
That's the only difference.
All these old rock stars who we like are looking to this kid for magic again, and it's like it's not working.
Well, you're exactly right. They are looking to the younger set for that one great hit, that one big thing that's going to put them back on in the market.
And I want to double back about the Camaro thing. I'm talking about the mid 80s IROC Zs that all the Eugenes and the Cuisines used to drive with their shirts unbuttoned to their navel and the chains everywhere.
I know
that's what I'm talking about, not the classic ones.
I know so many people who had that car. It's just like amazing to me. The IROC.
But yeah, I'm shocked that I thought the Post Malone album wasn't terrible. I was shocked.
But it's not the second Post Malone album that really put him on the market, right? It's the first Post Malone album.
Yeah, it was the first one.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. All right. So he's trying to wrap up. It's already now like 10:30. So you're thinking, oh, for the love of God, this is going to be.
It has to be close to over.
Has to be close to over. So I record this, and thinking that it's coming to an end.
Just wild. I mean, wow.
Thank you, man.
What a career. Andrew Watt is a music producer. Hope you're enjoying this. I know I am. I mean, a glimpse of your world. And, you know, I didn't even get to, what did Jimi Hendrix mean to you? Real quick, because I'm interested in your opinion.
Real quick. I really want to get you the fuck out of my studio. But what did Jimi Hendrix mean to you? Just tell us off the top of your head what the hell he meant to you. So that, of course, beget another 15 minutes of conversation about Jimi Hendrix and what a genius he was. And, can't believe that he's gone.
You know what's so funny is that Jimi Hendrix has now been dead for 53 years.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, he died in 1970.
Wow.
Actually, no, it's long. Oh my God, it's 50. Holy shit, it's like 54 years, 55. 54, it doesn't matter. This kid had no. I mean, by the time he was old enough to understand music, Jimi Hendrix was already pretty dead for a long time, and I mean, it was already considered classic rock.
But it's like we knew Jimi Hendrix. It's like you didn't know him. He wasn't alive.
I mean, we grew up in the 70s, so it was a little closer to the actual. Yeah. This kid's grown up in the 90s. No, talking about Jimi Hendrix and the Beatles was actually kind of painful.
Yeah, it's like he works with Iggy Pop or what's it called? The Black Sabbath, Ozzy. It's like he wasn't even there.
No.
No, he's getting these people at the tail end of their career. Let's be honest.
Oh, especially Ozzy. I mean,
I'm super surprised Rolling Stones hired him. I just don't get it.
And you're exactly right. They're trying to capture magic in a bottle.
And how bad is that last Rolling Stones album?
I can't remember. I listened to it twice. I can't remember anything.
It's bad, just like everything else, every other dinosaur's music you touch.
Yeah. And just remember, Andrew Watt was born in 1990, just so you have a frame of reference. All right, so we think it's over, but no.
Greatest,
Oh, this one, I hate everything about it. Listen to Robin just being so like, listen. Hang on. Sorry.
Greatest, not a regret or anything, but one of your disappointments is you didn't get to work with this guy. Right? Prince.
When did Prince die? When did Prince die there, Miss Mo?
Oh, please.
You said 16?
You said like 2016.
And all Howard did
10 years ago when this guy was 25 years old and hadn't done anything yet.
And when Prince was alive, all Howard did was badmouth him all the time. Yes. I mean, remember the time he heard him play nonstop.
Yeah, he played in a dark room. He couldn't see anything.
How many of us were lucky enough to go to a private Prince concert in the Hamptons where maybe there was 100 people? I'll give you 200 people. How about that? That Prince is doing
and it's cool that Prince could play in the dark. He didn't even need to see.
Howard doesn't the mood.
Howard doesn't get it that he was showing how amazing he is.
Yeah.
Howard wants to see his face and body for some reason.
Yeah.
But it also sets a mood. His music has a mood, and Low Light. A lot of his songs, Low Light, kind of really, because it's a lot of melodic in it. It's very moving, and you kind of get that. Sort of like listen to Pink Floyd when you're at the looking at the stars in the
sky.
Laser rock,
laser light show.
And I'm sure Prince turned lights on at some point, but probably Howard left after one song.
But I'm sure it wasn't pitch black either, because I mean, Howard's saying it was in the dark, but the reality is it was probably just low lighting. That's exactly right.
To make it look cool and kind of get that mellow mood.
A little moody. All right, so we still think it's going to be ending, but wait, there's more.
I got him tattooed on my finger right there.
What is that tattoo? Oh, it's the Prince logo.
Prince,
yeah. What is the Stevie Wonder tattoo you have? What'd you put on your finger there?
Again, this then begets another 10 minutes of conversation.
Right. This is
10:45.
This is poser level grandmaster. I mean, starting to put the people's shit on your hands, like tattooing it on. That is like double A level poser. I mean, seriously, this is almost Whack Pack level poser.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna hate these tattoos one day, I'm sure.
Yeah, when he's like 45.
Let me see if there's anything on his stupid tattoos. Oh, let's go there. Hold on. Yeah, talk about your poser tattoos. Today, Chad Smith and Andrew Watt.
Oh God, Taylor Hawkins tattoos.
Jesus Christ! No.
Wow. Today, Chad Smith
a lot of musicians did that. Musicians.
Taylor Hawkins with matching hawk tattoos. You're so cute.
In 15 years, that will be horrible.
Oh, look at me with my tattoo.
Look, I'm a douche. Hi.
Andrew Watt didn't even work with Foo Fighters.
No.
He just wants to be cool like Chad Smith.
Exactly.
He wants to be noticed.
Chad actually was friends with him.
Oh, dear Christ.
There he is with Flea and
Iggy Pop on the right.
Yeah, Iggy.
Who is a very strange individual.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I like the nail polish. That's really super.
Oh, fuck off, poser. Really, fuck off.
I mean, that is a poser's poser.
So
wow.
we're still trying to leave, but now we got to go into a conversation about how he had dinner. And somebody mentioned it in the listening thread today about, Jesus, Chris Rock must go out to like 8 dinners a night, because everybody has a story about going out to dinner with like Chris Rock to like Nobu or some shit like this. So of course this is another one of those. And here's another conversation where Howard has to like step in and say that happened.
The dinner starts by Larry saying, Paul, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been punched in the face? That's what he wanted to ask him.
Yeah,
I don't know
wow.
why. That's
It's
why
a
he
good
wanted to ask
question.
him.
What was the answer? Did Paul?
The answer was yes.
Wow.
The answer was yes. And then everyone kind of went around and talked about the first time they ever got punched in the face. Paul's a
Wow.
Liverpool boy. He has been punched in the face. You know.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Most of us have. Most
Yeah.
people I know have been punched in the face.
Really? Do most people have most people been punched in the face?
No.
Well, I mean, I've been punched in the face.
Have most people been punched in the face?
Not that I know of. No. It's not a question. It's not a leading question.
Exactly.
It's like,
It's a different
hey,
conversation.
John, how you doing today? Hey, I wondered, were you ever punched in the face?
Punched in the face?
It's just, we kind of don't. It's kind of something that, just don't bring up in casual conversation.
Judy, ever punched in the face?
No.
Of course not. Of course not. I mean, you have because you're a punk, Dennis. That's why you got punched in the face.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, there you go.
You know where I grew up. You're gonna be fighting.
I knew exactly. Shockingly, Dennis has been punched in the face. Exactly.
What a
Do you
night.
remember the first time you remember the
Oh,
first
yeah.
time you ever got punched in the face?
Oh yeah.
Who punched you?
I went to a
Who-
really tough school, and a kid turned around who I was friendly with, and I was in the middle of English class, and he turns around, he looks at me, and he cold cocks me right in the face. I came out of nowhere. We're in the middle of a class because my school was bad like that. Fights would break out, and teachers knew not to interrupt. So I took my books because he was sitting in front of me. He was stupid. He had his back to me, and I took my books and I slammed his head into the desk with the books. And then we went outside. He
Nice.
brought two friends, and they beat the shit out of me after school.
Oh, man.
I this thing's on, right? Okay.
Yes.
Is
This thing on.
this thing on? I mean, first of all, the story, I don't really remember hearing that story about him being punched in class. I don't remember hearing that before.
I feel like we've heard it though. I do.
But then him hitting the kid back.
Yeah, the hitting the kid back is kind of the shocker.
And because it was one of the Pollock
Yeah,
kids.
that part I didn't remember.
Yeah, that was one of the Pollock kids.
I don't think
as he used to say until he married one, and then that changed.
Yeah, I don't think that happened at all.
I don't think it happened. No.
So let's go back to the little fidget spinner and let's talk about his. Okay, so again, now we're at like 10:50, 10:55, and it continues. Here we go.
And finally, of course, your beautiful girlfriend. When will you be engaged to marry Charlotte? Who I know her family. She's waiting for the ring. When's it going to happen, Andrew? Well, let's put you on the spot here.
It will happen.
It will.
I don't have the answer as to when.
Benjamin, you're so cute. It was a huge story everywhere when he died. Everywhere. Prince dying was a huge story, period. It didn't even have to be in the Twin Cities. You silly nilly. I mean, I'm sure
everywhere.
Everybody was mourning that.
Yet, because those kind of things are supposed to be a surprise, Howard.
Okay. Our father will be happy to hear that. Yeah. He's not putting up for any nonsense.
I can ask. You know what? It's great. Did he tell you to ask me that?
He didn't tell me in so many words, but he emailed me last night, and he said certain things.
Can you do me a favor, Howard? Because I've been dreading this for so long. Maybe you could ask his permission for me, so I don't have to.
Absolutely.
I don't
Are you
have
kidding?
To do that and that. Okay,
sure,
so
pal.
you do that for me.
I'd love to do that.
Sure you will.
Their height difference is pretty substantial.
It's actually
jarring.
It's jarring. It's actually way too much. I mean, it really is. It is actually kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
She's almost a full head up above him.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. That picture. Whoa.
Oy vey.
That's like Eric the Midget at the Bunny Ranch or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Wow.
Yeah, but hey, okay. So finally, it's 11 o'clock. What time did the show end?
11:03, but who's counting?
That's amazing to me.
But who's counting?
And he gave this much time to this. It really is amazing. So here's
2 hours and 3 minutes.
Yeah, here's the end of show. Here we go.
All right, my man. What are you going to do?
Thank
Go to
you,
bed
Howard.
now? You're going to go to sleep?
No. Go to the studio. The earliest day I've ever been in the studio ever.
What are you going to do at the
that'll be
studio
good.
today? Who are you working with?
I got some production stuff to to finish.
Production stuff. Nice. I
Yeah.
wish I had that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
You gonna practice
It's
guitar
nice,
today?
it's nice to have
Nice.
time alone with the songs after, by yourself once the artist leaves you to kind of.
Oh, shut the fuck up. And by the way, your girlfriend is really not like some crazy ass looker either. Like she
That
does
was her best day.
the best day, her best year. Yes. The fact that she has a Wikipedia, she's 24 years old. She was born in 2000.
Wait, there's a 10-year difference?
Yeah. Look at that.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
24-year-olds just love getting married.
Yeah, she's
Well,
5'10".
to a 34-year-old.
What does she actually do for a living?
Nothing.
What
She
is
spends
Charlotte-
her parents' money.
What is she famous?
And his money.
She's an actress and a casting director.
Casting director. Wait. Birds of Prey. That was a disaster. And
The
and
fantastic
the Harley Quinn movie, also a disaster. Cool. You're attached to 2 failures.
from 2020 even. I mean, it's not even like and her dad got her those jobs.
And
Oh,
who'd she
absolutely.
play? Who'd she play, or she was the casting director?
Let's see.
Wait. Right there.
Oh, she was in Bad Monkey, which I started watching. I got bored with it.
Yeah.
She was in a couple of videos, some music videos. Yes. All her own music videos. She was in, of course, because there's always 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
She's a groupie to these young
Benny Blanco, which, conveniently enough was also on the
Casting director. Wait, click on the casting director.
Yes.
I don't even see Harley Quinn or whatever.
Yeah, I don't see those 2 horrible movies.
I did see them.
All
I'm
credit.
sorry. My apologies.
Yeah, what happened? They decided not to put those on.
I guess
Was she an extra? Oh wait.
There it is.
Oh, she
Oh,
performed.
it's one movie. Okay, I did see this one.
That was bad.
This is the one that Ewan McGregor's the bad guy, right?
I don't even remember. It was such
Sorry,
a horrible
yeah.
movie.
Horrible. No
I
one.
mean, this is
No one thought except me.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, babe. Did we finish the end of the show? No, we didn't. Hang on a second.
they're both terrible.
Let's just continue.
Figure out the way you want it to be mixed and stuff like that. So
Nice. Oh, you're gonna go over to the
Nice.
studio.
Wow.
Yeah, I gotta get a studio.
That's
Man,
amazing.
That's very cool.
you got to come to my studio. We're gonna make your first single.
Yeah. I've got a
That'd be
song
great.
I wrote. It's very, very good. It's very exciting.
I heard it. I heard the song that you
No, you
wrote
didn't.
for Beth. Yes,
Oh
I
no,
did.
not that.
That
This is a
song.
different one.
That song is great.
Oh, shut up, ass kisser. And then he went right into Hyundai commercial.
Hyundai commercial with one of the worst commercials ever with Gary.
Gary. That's all she wrote. So I wanted to touch on just really, really quickly before we leave.
Mark Ronson couldn't do a good song with Howard, so this guy can.
We asked Mark Ronson when I saw him in the city, and my girlfriend Lori, we asked him, it's like, hey, I heard you're going to do something for Howard. And he just looked at us, laughed, and it's like, no.
He's a better producer by far.
Oh, leaps and bounds. I love Mark Ronson. So yesterday was the SAG Awards, and I had made a thread on RadioGunk.
I missed it.
More needs to eat a fucking sandwich and the rest of the
Oh.
SAG. So, holy mother of God.
Oh my God. That's like that's Skeletor, right? From He-Man.
It's frightening how skinny she is.
That's not sexy. It's not hot. There's nothing about that.
It's
yeah.
sick. Let's look at Harvey Weinstein's ex-wife. Oh yeah, I did snap this.
Slow down. She was invited to it.
Well, she's in Landman now, so yeah, I guess she gets to go to these. Oh, and she had
What's
that
going
movie.
on there?
She got the crazy ass movie that she's in that everybody's telling me is.
No, but
pretty-
what's going on with that in that picture?
Oh,
Like
I
that
need
doesn't
that-
look right.
Oh, well, the cut sleeve is like a very hot thing right now, just like the one sleeve.
But where's the chesticles?
Yeah, well, I guess she's got none. Oh my God! And then this
What's that on?
ridiculous
What's
pair of
that?
shorts, which
Wait,
these
she wore
shorts-
shorts?
No, this is on Landman.
Oh,
I took this picture because I really needed this outfit, and then the shorts, as it turns out, were like $675. So that was kind of off the table. And I have
Shorts.
Googled, and nobody can find this top. Like we've all looked, nobody can find that top. But I digress. Here is Georgina Chapman, and that is Harvey Weinstein's ex-wife,
yes.
and she's also looking like
Oh my God, her top of her arm is thinner than my wrist.
It's frightening. It's frightening how scary thin these people are. Then you have Ariana Grande, who looks horrific.
Oh my God. I mean, honestly, there have been people pulled out of camps that look better than her. She
Oh my
looks, I
God.
mean, she looks sickly.
There was a picture of her on.
Is she married? Anything?
She's weird the way she Ariana Grande. Somebody had posted this the other day. Look at this. Look what's going on here. I mean, it's just awful. It's just awful. So she looks like
sinew and bone.
Yes, nothing to her. This fucking guy, Timothy Chalamet, go fuck himself.
He's on everybody's goddamn list too.
Zoe Saldana, also as thin as a fucking rail. Kerry Washington.
That does not look good on her. She needs a few more pounds. She looks like a bobblehead.
Yeah, and those fucking flapjacks.
She has flapjacks now. You got to put some weight on there, honey. Get those things pumped up.
Are they all on Ozempic, I guess?
Yes. Millie Bobby.
Wait. That's Millie Bobby Brown?
What?
48.
She looks so different.
Oh my God, she does. She looks like she's a middle-aged lady.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, wearing a Mother of the Bride satin dress.
It's those Bon Jovi friggin' it's that Bon Jovi family. This is what happens.
Ay.
Yeah. As I wrote, I'm over the no makeup bravery. It's like, no. Just
That's
put on
terrifying.
Put on some mascara. Do something.
Anything, please.
We don't need to see you without makeup anymore.
Ah!
I'm the only woman at the awards not on Ozempic. So there's that.
Her arms look too small for her body.
A little chunkalunky. Yeah, and that's all I had. And then so after I posted that, it's like amazing because in the next this was the fans are shocked by skinnier than ever stars at SAG Awards amid Hollywood's Ozempic craze. I mean, they all looked horrible. They're all bobbleheads. They all have that. Wait, but there's this woman named Cheryl Lee Ralph, I think. Look at Brooke.
Brooke Shields looks
Oh my God, she
horrific.
definitely is on it.
She lost a tremendous amount of weight. Tremendous.
She looks bad, and she looks really
Look
bad.
at the head difference between these two people.
What the hell's up with that one on the right? That's terrifying.
Her name is Cheryl Lee Ralph.
Her head looks enormous.
Tremendous. But
it's like she should be a bigger person. Like that's okay. Holy shit.
Have there been studies on long-term Ozempic use?
It's not good.
Okay.
Yeah, look at her. Jesus Christ. She's really as thin as they come.
That's not sexy or hot. It really
Who is that?
That's Harvey Weinstein's ex-wife, Georgina Chapman. She's the one who designed Beth's wedding dress.
I'm surprised she's not just gone away.
She works for Marchesa. Well, she owns Marchesa dress company, and she is a very talented dress designer. But she did Beth's wedding dress.
Was she left any money, or it was all taken away from them?
Good question. I have absolutely no idea.
I thought she divorced beforehand, so she probably got paid.
Well, I think they divorced during the entirety of the meeting.
Well, I mean, she still got paid.
Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates.
It doesn't matter if Kathy Bates is thin. It really doesn't. It's okay.
Yeah, you can get away with it. Yeah, there's.
That's sad.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what the sad part about Brooke Shields? She peaked when she was like 18 years old.
Yeah, you're so right. She looks great. I think Selena looks amazing. I think she's a really pretty girl. And she
is
engaged to Benny Blanco now. So there's that. 60
there is that.
Coming together. All right, that's it. That's our show for tonight. I just wanted to show you everybody what was going on at the SAG and how gross and skinny everybody was looking because it was really horrible. Really, really horrible. Okay. Dennis, what's going on with you?
DJ's Classic Garage. I'm working on doing something with my car video, the stuff I was doing all last week, and a little education on
a little education?
A little education. No, a little education on cars and why they use heat underneath the carburetor. When it's a whole called the heat pad. It's heat crossover, and and how it's not good for performance. It's a little thing on that, how I took care of the thing, and
Is that up now?
it's going to come out tomorrow. I'm still editing it because I had to fix the car. Fixing my car actually put me behind, and but I did have a video out that came out already that was talking about how there is no V8 coming for the Stellantis brand, and the explanation of why it's just not going to happen. So that's actually pretty big news that because I did a lot of digging and not going to happen. So yeah, they won't have any picking me up trucks with V8s in them, which probably not a good thing.
All right,
and
so
no Chargers with V8s in them.
Go to DJ's Classic Garage, check out Dennis, see what's going on with him.
And get a nice shirt like
Oh,
this.
Get some merch.
Get some merch. It's all fun. It's fun stuff.
And yeah, any of you who are on Patreon with us, I'll be definitely doing a Baldwin's recap at some point this week. So look for that. Probably not gonna be a live show. I'll probably just record it. And yeah, that's it. And Judy, you got anything going on? You want to promote?
No, just more fun tomorrow.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Tomorrow's complete. Tomorrow's victory lap.
It's gonna be utter shit. It's just gonna be horrible. You know that.
Oh wait, maybe we'll have the girly boy or whatever with a lady boy.
Lady boy. Tomorrow.
Lady boy.
So it's about to be 2 months into 2025, and man, these guests have been just incredible, right?
Three guests.
Who do we have?
They had unfunny comedian broad. What's her name? That the sex is the only thing she talks about.
Oh,
then he had the land whale in, and now we had this guy
and Amy Schumer.
Yes.
And I'm like you guys, the football player doesn't count.
No, he doesn't count. He was
I will not. That he does not get to be on the list.
No, that's not an interview. Neither does the hillbilly singer, because that was not.
What hillbilly singer?
The guy that was on the Grammys in that terrifying outfit.
That's the poor man's jelly roll.
The poor man's jelly roll.
I don't know it.
Huh?
Not
he was
Teddy.
on the Swims. Teddy Swims.
Teddy Swims. Okay, that's it.
Teddy Swims in that horrific tulip outfit.
That was this year, Dennis?
That was this year.
I don't. Wow.
Watching 10 years, Teddy Swims like the biggest musician star ever.
I don't see.
The last laugh is on us.
Yeah, I don't see that.
He's the next Paul McCartney.
Yeah, sure.
All right, friends. So
he's the next Meatloaf. What are you talking
about?
Laura, thank you for spending your time with us, and yeah, we shall see you anon. Thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any discussion at RadioGunk.com in the forum section. Follow us on Instagram or Twitter at RadioGunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so that you know when we're going to have a new show. Thanks.